coming to you in 5, 4, 3, 2... Hello and welcome to another Desert Island Discs, and today's guest is Craig Munnerley. Hello, Craig.
Hello, Ashley.
Now, Craig is currently on the HND Media Production course at University College Salford. He particularly wants to be a cameraman. How's that going, Craig?
Oh, fine, thanks. Yeah, I don't get a chance to do as much as I'd like. I have to do it in my own time sometimes. But coming up, we've got a few cable projects, extracurricular work that I'm involved in. So there'll be a chance to develop it even further. I mean, for many years now, I've wanted to be a camera operator. And this is as near as I've got to achieving that, and hopefully after this I will achieve it.
So what do you hope to do in the end? To be a professional cameraman on what?
On anything. I'm not particularly fussy at the minute. I'd like to work in broadcast, either here or abroad. I've got hopefully a couple of contacts that might follow up in the Middle East, because they have a lot of English people out there. But any type of show, I'm not bothered as long as it pays well and it's quite enjoyable.
Right. Well, you like your music, don't you? Would you like to be a cameraman on Top of the Pops or something?
Not particularly. I like music, but I'm not so hot on the new scene. A lot of them cameramen are quite specialist in the one field. I could do it because I can operate a camera, but essentially they are quite niched in so much as they do just that.
Right. So what sort of music do you like?
I like a lot of 70s stuff, actually. I like some of the post-80s, 90s stuff, but I don't know, it's just coincidence. A lot of my music is 70s.
Well, that's what we're going to be hearing today, mainly.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. So what's the first track that you've got for us that we're going to hear?
The first track is one of my all-time favourite duos, the Carpenters, and it's called We've Only Just Begun.
Right, and why do you like this one in particular? I think it was one of the first Carpenters tracks, wasn't it? An apt title to start our show, and apt for the Carpenters to start off as well.
I don't know, it's just got a lot of memories for me. It was being played a lot when I was young, and it's still relevant today.
We've only just begun to live, white lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way.
We've only begun.
Before the rising sun we fly, so many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run.
And yet we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together. And when the evening comes, we smile.
So much of life ahead.
We'll find a place where there's room to grow.
And yes, we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together, together. And when the evening comes, we smile.
So much of life ahead.
We'll find a place where there's room to grow. And yes, we've just begun.
Nick's first choice on his Desert Island Discs, The Carpenters, We've Only Just Begun. Now, that's more of a ballady type of song, but you like a lot of disco type songs as well, don't you, from the 70s?
That's right, yeah, I like a lot of mid to late 70s disco, and that was coming in, like with Saturday Night Fever, groups like Stylistics, Odyssey, Boys Town Gang. I don't know why, it's, I can't pinpoint it to anything, it's just like peculiar to me. They have no connotations with the kind of music that I like, but a lot of it happens to be disco and swingy and quite bland supermarket music as well, like the Carpenters were labelled with, which isn't true.
So, what were you doing at the time when those records were in the charts?
When many of them were in the charts, I was growing up in York. I just moved to York and used to live in Hyde near Manchester, and I was 7, 8, 9, something like that, and these were coming out, so I was just going in my formative years and growing up as well, just moved house, and I think that might be something to do with it, actually. I can trace it to, apart from the Carpenters, that last track was about 1970, 69. I was only just born then, but the later ones I can trace to the fact I just moved house, and I don't know, it's weird, really.
So, do you remember back to that when you hear each of these songs?
Certainly, yeah.
Right.
It's very emotive. I hear a song and I can often pinpoint. I can't do it to you now, but I often get flashes of visual images in my head, and
Absolutely. Well, we've mentioned this several times on Desert Island Discs in past programmes, actually. Even right from the very first programme we did, that music. It reminds you of what you were doing at the time. And
absolutely, yeah.
So, what specifically do you remember when you hear the Stylistics? Can't Give You Anything.
To be honest, it's weird. That it sounds like a contradiction, but nothing particularly springs to mind. As some of the later tracks, actually, but with this one, it's just a nice, easygoing number that is. It's got a few memories for me, but nothing I could describe at the moment.
stylistics, and I can't give you anything but my love. Another one with love in the title, actually. John Paul Young, Love Is in the Air. What's this one to you?
This is quite an emotive song to me, actually. It came out about the same year as moving to York, and when I hear this song, it doesn't mean it probably sounds silly to you, but I remember watching things like Petrocelli and Charlie's Angels, and going to the fish and chip shop just down the road in Hyde, as I say, before we moved, and I hear this song and it brings back memories of my last few months in Hyde.
Right. How long were you in Hyde then? I mean, where were you actually born and bred?
Right, I was born and bred in Hyde in 1969, and I stayed there till 77, summer of 77, so nearly 8 years.
Right. So it's actually strange because we started off with the track from 69, 70,
Yeah.
just there. And
I don't know if that's
the
anything
year
to do
you were
with it.
born, actually.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's quite strange.
It's quite a nice track. It's, again, I don't know if you'd call it disco-y, but it's also got certain memories of me when I was up at Gateshead as well, with the little love affair I had. I hear that and it brings back memories of someone I fancied. You know.
Right. Yep. Okay, so Love Is in the Air from John Paul Young.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, in the whisper of the trees. Love is in the air, in the thunder of the sea. And I don't know if I'm just dreaming, don't know if I feel safe, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when you call out my name. Love is in the air, love is in the air. Love is in the air, in the rising of the sun. Love is in the air, when the day is nearly done. And I don't know if you're illusion, don't know if I see it true, but you're something that I must believe in, and you're there when I reach out for you. Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, love is in the air. Oh, 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 oh. Love is in the air, love is in the air.
John Paul Young and Love Is in the Air. Well, we're going forward a few years now, but it's in a very similar style, isn't it? It's still sort of disco. Boys Town Gang, can't take my eyes off you.
That's right, yeah. That's got some more recent memories, actually. A couple of years ago, I saw something called TV Hell with John Peel, and it was picking out all the awful tracks over the years, and it's quite sad to think that I happen to like some of them. This is on there. It's again, Can't Take My Eyes Off You. There's been a couple of versions. This is quite recent. What, 82, 83?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, end of the disco period. End of my choice. It's the latest one on this list. But I happen to like it.
So how old were you when this came out in the charts, and what were you doing then?
I was 12 or 13, and I was second or third year at secondary school in York. Been up there a few years then, and I don't know, to be honest, I can't think that I remembered it when it was out. Just lately. In fact, it was only since about 87, 88 I happened to like music at all, full stop, you know. And it's only since 87, 88 I've bought 9 of the Carpenters albums, which is the only group I've got multiple copies of any albums. They're my favourite group, I think, or duo. Sad to think it was last year, it was the anniversary of a death. But I've only got one down on the playlist today from them, because I've got, in the last 5 or 6 years, I've got my musical tastes have widened to include more sad 70s numbers.
Yes, it was only the next year after the Boys Town Gang that Karen Carpenter actually did die. I mean, how did you feel at the time? Did you remember that? I mean, do you remember sort of saying to yourself at the time, you know, oh, that's like the end of the Carpenters? Or was it just a matter of a lot of these tracks, like you say, you don't remember at the time, but that you remember back to now?
That's right. I can't remember the fact, I've no vivid recollection of the fact she died, or what I was doing at that time, like some people can with Busby Babes or John F. Kennedy or whatever, like my dad can. But no, I can't remember what I was doing then. I didn't even like them then, to be honest. I remember back in 77, 78, last Christmas we had at my granddad's in Ashton-under-Lyne, which isn't far from Hyde. My sister wanted a Carpenters album, and it's one of the few that I've got now. And I remember thinking how pathetic, and I've gone full circle and I like them now. But at the time, I don't remember that she died, and I didn't even think that I liked them then.
Right. Okay, so our 80s track then, Can't Take My Eyes Off You from the Boys Town Gang.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. Oh, I wanna hold you so much. As long as love has arrived.
Boys Town Gang. Okay, so what's next, Craig?
Next we've got Bread. I Want to Make It With You, which is a track actually that I've heard first. I recall hearing it first up in Gateshead. I was up at college there between 91 and 93, and I heard it up there a few times because I used to listen to this. My car's only got a medium wave radio in it, and it used to have something called GNR, Great North Radio, which is the medium wave frequency of their version of Piccadilly Key 103 up there. And I remember hearing it, and then last year I managed to get hold of this tape with it on. It's one of those songs that I'd never get sick of, and I think it's got a great theme to it and great lyrics.
So Old Gold Station, that's what you actually call it?
Yeah, it's one of those, yeah.
That's what you listen to mostly round here, don't you? You listen to Piccadilly here and you listen to other stations like that round your way when you're back home?
That's right, yeah. Well, not so much in York, because when I'm up in York I tend to drive my dad's car, and he's got FM radio in it, but he's got a tape deck and I put my tapes in. But yeah, up in Gateshead I listen to the sad sort of 70s and so on collection, Piccadilly Gold, that kind of thing.
So, do you particularly like Bread, or is this the song this time that you like?
Well, since I bought the cassette album with this song on, there is actually, out of about 20 tracks, there's 6 that I would listen to again. Want to Make It With You is the lead track, and it's the best, I think, but since playing it again and again, I've become quite familiar with them. David Gates is the main member. A lot of the songs are early 70s, mid-70s, they don't do much now, but again, it's one of those tracks that old stations dig out for the medium wave arm of the FM station.
So, would you like to introduce this one then?
Yeah, this is I Want to Make It With You by Bread and David Gates.
Hey, have you ever tried really reaching out for the other side? I may be climbing on rainbows, but baby, here goes. Dreams there for those who sleep. Life is for us to keep. And if you're wondering what this all is leading to, I wanna make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. No, you don't know me well, and every little thing only time will tell. If you believe the things that I do, and we'll see it through. Life can be short or long. Love can be right or wrong. And if I chose the one I'd like to help me through, I'd like to make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. Baby, you know that dreams there for those who sleep. Life, it's for us to keep. And if I chose the one I'd like to help me through, I'd like to make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl.
Bread, and I Want to Make It With You, Craig's fifth choice on his Desert Island Discs programme. So we've got to choice number 6, Craig. What's that?
That is by Odyssey, native New Yorker. It's a song that I've heard, again, over the last few years. And it's one of those that, again, catchy, nice to drive to. I've heard it on the radio since I've been down here on Piccadilly Gold, which is medium wave of Key 103. And I've heard it twice, actually, in the same week. And it must be the DJs like it as well. It's one of those catchy numbers, isn't it?
Mm.
I like some new stuff like Ace of Base and All She Wants Is a Baby and techno. I'm going to get a compilation album, actually. I've seen it on TV. It's got a lot of 90s dance hits and some sort of techno and hip-hop and stuff. I like some of that as well. I'm not solely 70s, early 80s disco type, but a lot of it is that, and I can usually get it on the obsolete shelves and so on.
But do you keep up to date of the actual chart music, or is it something that it's just a matter of if you hear it, you like it?
I'll be quite honest, I couldn't tell you I couldn't name any one song in the top 10 at the minute. I don't listen to sort of Virgin or BBC Radio 1 FM, anything like that. If I like something, I will get it, but it's usually the fact that I don't hear it. I don't watch Top of the Pops. I don't listen to the, if you like, in inverted commas, trendy stations. So the stuff I tend to listen to is the same old stuff that I've always listened to.
Like your next choice, Native New Yorker. Native New Yorker from Odyssey. Did you hear many of their other tracks that they had later on the charts at all?
No, I couldn't even name you one. Go on, surprise me. What did they have?
Right. Well, there was If You're Looking for a Way Out. That was quite a big hit. And that was Use It Up and Wear It Out.
No, that new one's on me actually. No.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe you'll hear those on your gold stations shortly.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So, Craig, you're on a desert island and you've got all these records and stuff to play, but at the same time you've sort of got to survive and you're on your own and everything. And I mean,
Okay.
how do you think you could survive on your island?
By myself, I think I could cope. I'm quite resourceful, quite got some initiative up there. Yeah, actually, if you mention it like that, it's quite difficult. I mean, you're on an island there. Hopefully, there'd be some. Is it a big island or small? Or?
Well, it really depends, doesn't it? Now, I mean, if it was a really small. Well, which would you prefer, Craig?
I think I'd like a medium-sized island, just to be awkward.
Why?
Yeah, it's just to be awkward. But I think as long as there's fish there, and I think if I could, if I needed to, I mean, I eat fish now, but it's usually already dead, and it's in batter with some chips. But I think I could probably manage to cook some fish, and there'd probably be. I mean, fresh water might be a problem if it was big enough to have its own collection point and relief for the rain. There might be a waterfall or something. If not, I'd have to have some way of trapping it. Like if you put a plastic bag. I've read in this book once. You put a plastic bag over some healthy branches, you can get a pint in 24 hours or something because it sweats inside.
Right.
There'd be things like
Amazing.
coconuts and quite a fact, yeah, coconuts and passion fruit, stuff like that. Although there wouldn't be any passion, would there, be on my own?
No. So, would you be able to light your own fire?
What do you mean with box of matches or with some flint? And a
Well,
cotton
I don't know. I mean, would you basically? I mean, would you be able to survive on your island? That's the thing, you know.
I'd say yes, but that's just me saying yes. If it happened, then I could. We'd have to see. But again, it's hypothetical, isn't it?
Well, you've got your 8 records, and you've got all the ones we've chosen so far, and Matt Monro as well. What's this record to you?
Okay, this record to me is the theme tune to The Italian Job, famous film, all-star cast, Michael Caine, Robert Powell was in it, and Noel Coward, and it's the lead track of that, when at the beginning the guy drives down in his Maserati or Ferrari or something, and he's playing this song, and I heard it many years ago, and I've always liked it, and then my sister got me the tape with this one track on for Christmas, and it's a nice kind of, I can reminisce with this one, it's got a lot of meaning for old loves and flames, you know, it's that kind of track.
Questi giorni quando vieni il bel sole la 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 la. On days like these when skies are blue and fields are green, I look around and think about what might have been, and then I hear sweet music float around my head as I recall the many things we left unsaid. It's on days like these that I remember singing songs and drinking wine while your eyes played games with mine. On days like these I wonder what became of you. Maybe today you're singing songs with someone new. I'd like to think you're walking by those willow trees. Remember It's on days like these that I remember singing songs and drinking wine while your eyes play games with mine. On days like these, I wonder what became of you. Maybe today you're singing songs with someone new. Questi giorni quando vieni il bel sole. La 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 la.
Matt Monro on Days Like These. So we've only got one more track left, Craig. That's,
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
Tavares. But you were not quite certain which one of theirs to pick, were you?
That's right. What a group, what a choice. It'd do anyone's head in, wouldn't it? Tavares, yeah, brothers. I think the surname's Tavares, and they had. I can think of 3 big hits. There was "Don't Take Away the Music," "More Than a Woman," and "Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel." I actually saw them up in Gateshead in Sunderland 2 years ago. They were backing on Rolls Royce, which was quite nice because I like In the Car Wash and Wishing on a Star, and Tavares were there. To be honest, I'd heard the track More Than a Woman and Don't Take Away the Music, and it's when you see them there, I think it's 4 or 5 brothers all dancing around singing and the whole crowd were with them. It's quite an experience, and I'm glad I actually saw them. But Tavares and More Than a Woman is the one I've picked now.
Girl, I've known you very well. I've seen you growing every day. I never really looked before, but now you take my breath away. Suddenly you're in my life, a part of everything I do. You got me working day and night, just trying to keep a hold on you. Here in your arms I found my paradise, my only chance for happiness. And if I lose you now, I think I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine. We can take forever, just a minute at a time. Minute at a time. You are more than a woman. More than a woman to me, baby. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. Shoot, more than a woman. There are stories old and true of people so in love like you and me, and I can't see myself. Let history repeat itself, reflecting how I feel for you. Thinking about those people that I know that in 1,000 years I'd fall in love with you again. This is the only way that we should fly. This is the only way to go. And if I lose your love, I know I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine. We can take forever, just a minute at a time. You are more than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. Yes, you are, baby. More than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. Shoot, more than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. You are more than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. Every day of my life. More than a woman. Oh, baby. More than a woman to me.
Tavares and More Than a Woman. So that's your 8 records, Craig, on
Yeah.
the Desert Island.
Come on, go.
Which one is your favourite out of all of them?
Out of these 8, it's very difficult. I mean, I've had to think of dozens of records to put down winkle it down to these 8. But I think my favourite one might be We've Only Just Begun by the Carpenters.
Right. Why? What reason would you give for that?
I don't know. I think, as I said earlier, it's the only group where I've got multiple tapes, multiple albums of their work. I think it is classic stuff. It's still going now. I know so is people like Elvis and the Beatles and so on. But this song also, there was a series in the mid-80s, actually, you might remember it, called The Marriage, with Sue Pollard, and there was a theme tune to that, and I think they used this in it as well. That brings back memories, but it's just, out of them all, it's the one that I'd get least fed up of so quickly.
Right, so did we actually go through your records in any particular order? Did we do it in favourite order or not? Or are they all the rest of them just tracks that you like?
That's right, they're just tracks that I like. It's not 1 to 8 in descending order of importance or favouritism, but it's just odd that we've started with my most favourite.
Right. So not only do you get your 8 records and your gramophone record player to play them on,
Okay.
which is a wind-up type. I suggested actually a little while ago that probably Desert Island Discs come the year 2000, we could actually have a personal CD player, but it actually runs on electricity.
Oh, solar
And
power.
all the rest of it, and it moves and stuff like that. Yeah. But you're able to take a luxury object with you, which is also inanimate. Which do you think that would be? I suppose it would be a KY-17 camcorder or something, wouldn't it?
I'm not 17, I have a 25, I think. No,
Right.
I was going to say, can I have a helicopter and a full tank of kerosene?
Well, again,
but
that...
it moves, doesn't it?
yes, and it's also a means of transport off your island.
I
And,
can't do that.
We're going to keep you there a bit longer than that, actually.
Shame on you. Can I take a photograph?
You can take a photograph, indeed.
Probably take a photograph of my family.
Right.
That's soppy, isn't it? But
With
there
you on it
go.
as well.
With me on it as well. And I can see how I was before I had the beard and the long hair.
Right. Okay. And you also get to take a book with you, a favourite book of yours, besides the complete works of Shakespeare and the Bible, which are already on the island.
Oh, they're already there, are they?
Mhm.
I didn't know
They
that.
are.
Well, that's nice of
Sitting
you.
by your palm tree, probably.
Yeah, it's my favourite palm tree. My favourite book. Well, I'm not a big literary person. I never enjoyed English literature or language at school. The only book I remember thinking I'd read that again is Yes, Prime Minister. A few years ago, it was quite big on TV, the repeats they were showing, and I got the book out, and it's just like a script of it, really. And it's one of those, a bit like Diary of Adrian Mole, 13 3/4, that I could read again and again. Very funny, quite a good book. I'd take that one, and obviously I'd have a look through the Bible and Shakespeare. Yeah, I think it'd have to be Yes, Prime Minister.
Right. Would you be deciding what you were going to film next, or what? Or I mean, would you perhaps try to smuggle a little camera along in your pocket to do some video work with? Could you survive without a camera for a while?
I think I could actually. I could survive with that one. But I mean, if I took a camera along, I'd need some kind of. I'm being pedantic now. Why not? It's a show. But I'd have to take some power along and some tapes and some editing gear. I probably wouldn't take some camcorder, but I might walk around the island and think up a little chase sequence I could do now and then, little thriller.
Round your little Diddy Island.
That's right, yeah,
Round your
which is-
medium-sized island, round around the palm tree.
10
Yeah,
feet
so-
by 4, you know. So I'd probably get fed up with that, but I've got a memory like a goldfish. So by the time I got round again, I'd think it was a new island. And set off again.
Absolutely. Craig, thank you very much for letting us hear your Desert
Thank you,
Island
Ashley.
Discs.
Thank you.